So today it's not one of my usual videos, it's not a ride review. I just wanted to reintroduce the world to Keeway. Now I know a lot of people will say, oh, Keeway, but there'll be a lot of people that are wiser than that have actually either bought one or considered buying one. And I just want to show you the bikes and tell you a bit about the brand, what bikes they've got, what styles they've got, and why you should consider one, because you should. So what we'll do is have a look at the bikes behind me. For your reference, I've already done reviews on pretty much all of these bikes that are behind me. So if there's a particular model that you're interested in when we have a look round, just search Ghillie bikes with that particular bike and my video of that bike will come up, where I'll do a full walk round and we'll even go for a ride. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to do the search after this video. Now they have got everything, Keeway, from electric bikes to 50cc to 125 up to 302cc's. That pretty much covers the bikes that are behind me, but let's have a look at them one by one, and at the end I'll tell you which one's my favourite. I'm gonna start with this. So this is the Keeway Superlight. Now this today is Keeway's best-selling bike in the UK. It's still a really popular choice. I can see why. It is great value. The size on that bike as well, it certainly looks bigger than a 125cc motorcycle. It comes with all the extras, the screen, your luggage. It is lovely, and they are very well priced as well. Now it does have two variants. You've got this one that has all of the blingy bits. Then you've got the more stripped down, back to basics one. This one for me, I like the look of, purely because it's got less things to polish. It's a matte finish. It's got the black exhaust. It's got the matte paint job on the tank and the rims. It just looks nice. But believe it or not, there's only £100 difference in price between this one and the blingy one that has all the extras. So I would say the one with the bags, the screen, is better value, but I do like the look of this one. Now a lot of people might not know that the Easy Mini is made by Keeway. So that is an electric offering. Now these are an absolute steal. So this is the cheapest of the Keeway range that's out today. So this bike is only £1,299 brand new, and that is for an electric bike. So it's alright. I've done a review on it. It's a nice little thing, really light, perfect for a would-be traveller to throw in the back of a van or in the back of a motorhome. Really big fan of that bike. Then you've got a couple of Xlights. These just look very scrambler-like, very similar to the Triumph Scramblers that are out there, I think. Very old school looking. There's a couple of colour schemes on offer, and two of them are out. So you've got the white one, and then you've got the black one. Moving over, I think this is the only Keeway that I've not actually had a chance to ride, so I need to do this very soon. So this is Keeway's Factx. So if you don't want a geared bike, if you're looking for just an out and out scooter, then you have this option, and I like it. That's the 125 version. Then you've got the Fact 50. So if you're 16 years old, there you've got the perfect bike for you there as well. Looks quite nice in the red. I think I prefer the lights on the 125 version, but still a nice bike. I really like the Keeway Versilia, and I'm laughing just purely because it's a bike that I never thought I would like. It's just quite a lovely retro little scooter, this. Love the little lights on the front, just looks like it's smiling at you. Nice. Then you've got the riding school favourite. So this is the RKF. So it's like a naked sports bike, and the riding schools seem to love these. Perfect bike for doing a CBT on. One of my favourites, I'm going to say. with these bikes you certainly get a premium feel. They do seem more expensive, a lot more expensive if I'm brutally honest. For the 302, which is pretty much the same bike, when you look at them side by side, they're very, very similar. The 302, however, has got the bigger engine. That bike is 4799. I love the 302. Value for money is brilliant. And if you're looking to downsize, it's a great option because they are really, really light bikes, very easy to move around. Now, you will notice there are a couple of Keeways missing. Because Into Moto are one of the main dealers for Keeway in the country, I would say they will probably argue they're number one in the country for selling Keeways. So they do get a lot of the other Keeways in, such as the Klight. They do get those bikes in, but they get them in and pretty much sell them straight away. So this is kind of the most that they've actually had in at one time, which is why I wanted to get them all out today and show you. If you want to see the full review, don't forget to search Gilly Bikes and the particular bike that you're after, and then you can see the full bike review. Price wise for these, really varied. That's the thing with Keeway, is they've got you covered. If you're looking for a 125, they've got everything from £1,299, and that is new, all the way up to £4,799 for the, I'm going to call it the flagship, it's my favourite, that is the Keeway 302, the Vcruise. Love that bike, but that's their most expensive bike. All of the others sit in between that. You just get a lot of bike for your money. Now, I know there's people out there that will say these bikes are built in China. Right, yes they are, but if you look at pretty much every motorcycle that is currently on sale in the UK, in fact in the world, I would bet they have parts on there from China, and they do. They do. All of them will either have engines made in China or frames made in China or something else made in China. So the argument of it's made in China, so it must be bad, just doesn't stand anymore, because by saying that, you're saying that every bike ever made is bad, because that's how big China are at the minute in making motorcycle parts and motorcycles. They are improving with their own brands, such as Keeway. I'm not going to mention the others, we'll do another video on them, but what I'm getting at is there are a lot of brands out there coming from China that have really upped the game. Keeway have done that massively. Over the years, I've been watching Keeway grow and grow and grow to the point they're now making these 302s, which are absolutely awesome. Even the Vcruise 125s are just amazing, amazing bikes. If I was picking my favourite out of this bunch, it's the Vcruises. And that is the 125 and the 302, because I'm a big fan of both. The 302's got the extra power, but looks wise, they're just both beautiful bikes. They are. You can't really tell the difference between them. They are that similar. The only difference is the engine. Now, Into Moto in Warrington, Cheshire, they specialise in brands like Keeway, Bose, Benelli. I know there's other bike shops out there that might sell them. There will be, but these guys are what I would consider to be the experts in them, because these are the bikes that they sell a lot of, and they sell a lot of them for a reason. The Superlight, this one in particular, with all of the kit on it, massive. It looks like a much bigger bike with all of the kit it's got on it. You wouldn't know it was a 125. It just looks a lot bigger. It's got a bigger presence on the road. You've seen the bikes that Into Moto have got here that are Keeway. You can see they suit everyone. You've got the travel companion, there is the Easy Mini, then you've got the Ranger scooters behind me as well, which are really good value scooters. Then you've got these beautiful big old school classic cruisers that I've got in my hands now, a perfect bike to learn on. That is the RKF 125, the blue one there, and then you have got your premium 2 at the end. But you can see the difference with them, but they are what I would call the best of the bunch. They're the most expensive ones, as you would expect, but the quality of those bikes is just, it's what you would expect for bikes much more expensive. This was just a bit of an introduction. It might be an introduction to a brand that you've never heard of or always dismissed, and if it is, please don't dismiss them. Come down into Moto, speak to the guys here. They are very knowledgeable when it comes to the Keeway brand. They will talk you through the bikes, they'll show you the bikes, let you sit on the bikes. You can have a look at them and you will be impressed with the quality, because the quality is much better than the people who say don't buy a bike from China would have you believe. And I know there's a lot of people out there, and the majority of which have never bought a bike from China because somebody's told them that somebody they know or met in a pub, or their mates, girlfriends, brothers, roommates, cousins, boyfriends, sisters, mums, dad had one and it was rubbish. Well, you see it in the comments all the time. The facts are, brands like Keeway are keeping motorcycle prices really low, meaning that people with smaller budgets can go out and buy a brand new motorcycle that they can go and enjoy. Now, if you were looking at one of the Japanese brands here, you would be doubling the price, and you'd be doubling the price, no questions. And would you be doubling the quality? No, you wouldn't. You'd be paying for the badge. That's what you're paying for now, because the quality is that good on these bikes compared to what they used to be. You're just paying for a little badge that sticks on the side of your tank, and that costs you an extra couple of £1,000. These are cheap, but they're cheap because you guys, or a lot of guys and girls out there, keep calling them. So they've got to sell them cheap. And that's why, for me personally, I don't have a problem with people calling them, because the longer you call them and criticize them because they've come over from China, the more time we will have with the prices being kept low. And that's fact, because if everybody suddenly woke up tomorrow and realized how good these bikes were, the bikes would double, and they'd be very similar to the price of the Japanese bikes that everyone says are brilliant. They'd be more in line with them, but they're not at the minute. So I do think now's the time. If you're looking to buy a new 125, if you're looking to learn, if you're looking to downsize, Keeway have got you covered. And that's just what I wanted to show on this video. I will just stress, I don't get paid by Moto, I don't get paid by Keeway, I don't get paid by any group that's affiliated to this brand. I just wanted to show you the bikes that Keeway make, and hopefully try and convince you that there are other options out there. So many options. So yeah, if you're interested, come down to Moto, tell them Gilly sent you. This is just the Keeways. They've got shed loads of other bikes inside. They've also got a lot of used versions of this new selection as well. So even if your budget can't stretch to the low prices that these bikes are currently brand new, they have got other options. So they do have used versions inside of the RKFs, the Xlight. I think they've got Klight as well. They've got Superlights. They've got other bikes in there that are cheaper and within budget. So if you're looking for a cheap bike, if you're looking for a Keeway, there's only one place to go, and I'll put a link in the description.